Good morning. It is 5 in the morning and it's a glorious 60 degrees. I feel privileged to get to enjoy it even though it's so early. So today it's supposed to hit 96 and we hit 5 to 7 degrees above, so we'll break 100. So I just thought I'd show you the quiet before we're up, spraying things down to keep the ground moist. To show you my purple basil, we didn't start this. I went to a nursery. I should never be allowed to go to a nursery. There are all of the plants there. And so I came home with purple basil and the chickens have left it. So I've been picking it so it will grow more. I want it to grow into a little bush. So we'll see how that goes. We got these new feeders for being able to go out of town and on vacation. And they've been pretty good so far, but we're spraying them down because they do get hot. And we have little bantams still that are not full grown and their weight does not hold the petal down. So take that stone there and put it on there. You can hear some of our roosters. We're in that phase of too many roosters. Our turkeys, I'll post a picture of them. They're hanging out in here. They get good shade. We put the black bottom on the top in the morning, and then in the afternoon have been putting it on the side, and it gives them everything they need. So here's shade stop number 1. This is still damp. I went ahead and sprayed it down last night, but our dew point was 66 degrees, and so we hit the dew point last night easily. The spearmint, we still have 2 of these. I decided not to dig this out. Our chickens love to stop in and peck it. Drink some coffee. It's still 5 a.m. And so I left both for now. It seems to be very resilient to the chickens, so why not? As you can see, I'm taking out one of those bushes over there. There's so much beautiful landscaping, but the maintenance on it versus what we want to do for homesteading is just too much. And so there are a few next to buildings, things like that, that we are taking out. Let's see, there's the cherry tree. We got 2 big bowls, and I think there's another probably bowl or 2 big mixing bowls. I don't know what size they were of them up there, and the birds have not taken them all. So that has been exciting. I started pitting them, and they're more of a labor of love because honestly, I have a single cherry pitter, and it's slow going, and the kids are eating them as fast as I can get those pits out. So these are the pools that we're gonna fill up today. Though Monday, when they're forecasting the high of 109, I think we will be emptying these during the day and then filling them in the evening, because again, 5 to 7 degrees, it's 114 to 117. I can't even wrap my head around that. 90 degrees feels like 98 because we have the high dew point. That was brutal enough. So just keep watering down under the bushes where the chickens like to hang out. Nothing is flowering right now. We're kind of in the middle of it. The roses, gosh, I posted earlier, I thought I killed the roses with how far I pruned them back. We got so many roses. It was amazing. There's one tree that's coming out. Our other feeder. We have 2 feeders for the big chickens and 1 for the little chickens, and we have been leaving one of these propped open because we still have some slightly younger chickens that usually 2 of them have to stand. You can put all of the little bantams on there, it's not going to open, just to make sure they're getting food. But I've been spraying this down with cold water in the afternoon because it's metal. We'll probably move it today. It's empty. We've been waiting for them to finish it off and move it over here. This side of our property and house gets shade and in the afternoon, and so moving the water, looks like my husband filled it last night. That's great. We'll make sure it's cold. I made some water bottle ice cubes, so we'll put them in there. It's hard not to do it in the morning. I feel like it's hot in the morning, but it's not as hot as it's going to be, so they're gonna have to adapt a little bit. But spraying down under all of these plants, we've been pruning. It's a jungle. Has kind of been the plan. Over here, we actually took out the tomatoes my husband had put here. This gets excellent shade, so we're moving the lettuce here today. Then we have our zucchini. Hopefully, we have lots of bumblebees rather than honeybees, and so the bumblebees have been out. Hopefully we get some zucchini soon. We'll see. Our couple cherries, are they still here? Where are they? Uh-oh. Well, it looks like the cherries are gone. Maybe a bird ate them. Or maybe I'm blind. They were sweetheart cherries. I think they were on... Nope, that's nectarine. I'm looking in the wrong place. Need more coffee. Let's see. Sweetheart cherries. I don't see it there. That's odd. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if a chicken got them. We never had problems with chickens eating our produce. Here we have a real problem with it. Here is the raspberries. They're still in pots. We have not gotten to planting them because we've been focused on putting in more corn. So the corn is looking pretty good, but it really needed nitrogen. So we've added nitrogen twice. And then we tried to put in some starts of corn that were candy corn that we should have done much earlier. I don't know that they're going to make it, but hey, they're in. We planted some pumpkins and beans in between the rows now to see what it does, since the cardboard under it had actually completely disintegrated. So while we hadn't planned on putting anything there, it just made a whole lot of sense. Do you hear the birds? There's so many birds on this property. My neighbor was telling us that there used to be many, many more, that the owners, before the owners we bought it from, purposefully attracted birds. This is another one of my, that's I think a purple bean plant, vine plant, I don't know, that we got at the nursery because I saw it. Oh, there's a little bunny. Hi, Cinnamon. We call these little bunnies cinnamons here. It's early enough. I should keep my eye out and make sure there's no coyotes around. So here we're going to put the blackberry, a couple raspberry, a couple yellow raspberry bushes to kind of fill out this fence line. It goes right out to the street. We can't really cover the gate. We really need the gate, but it'll give us a little bit more privacy and some fruit. And then over here, I went crazy and I got blueberry bushes. And so after the heat wave, they're in really nice pots and happy. So after the heat wave, we'll put them out. They keep extending how long this hot weather is going to happen. So we're in the beginning of taking this out along the fence line. That one over there. It's just too many trees to regularly maintain. Let me take you into the garden. temporarily put a hold on the arch here because the chickens eat the garden. I kid you not, these chickens, they will steal food off of my kids' plates. I've never had chickens that pulled this. In Otis, we had chickens that would lay eggs under our pepper plants and things like that. I think we lost maybe one tomato. These chickens will polish off everything. So they took on what are these? Sugar snap pea shoots that are new ones. The other ones were spent, so we went ahead and stuck some new ones out. We have the cabbage. Some of these are coming to heads. This was one where earlier in the year the chickens got them. Notice we have the shade cloth. We've been putting shade cloth over them. Today, these are the pak choi that have bolted, and we've been collecting the seeds. That's been kind of fun. This lettuce that's under here, I can show it to you. It's going to get moved over. We've been eating it. It's been delicious. I don't know if we're going to move the celery or not. And then more peppers that have been growing in the greenhouse. Maybe tomatoes will go in here because it gets full sun. There's another beautiful head of cabbage. We have some really big ones and some smaller ones that are getting there, but keeping the chickens out has become something we really have to pay attention to. Tomatoes are starting to flower. Like that. Let's see. This is a super sweet 100. Looks like it. Got those nice viney flowers. Independence Day. I'm not so sure we're going to have tomatoes. The Independence Day tomato plant's supposed to have tomatoes by the 4th of July, but probably not. That's okay, as long as we get something. This is a Cherokee Purple. The Cherokee Purple we had in here a couple days ago was just totally failure to thrive, not growing at all, so we pulled it and grabbed another one from the greenhouse. Black Crim, we've got some yellow leaves in there. I'm going to need to take a look at that. Look at those flowers. Yay! Ooh, some little, where they haven't flowered yet, but they're going to. How exciting. The promise of tomatoes is always fun for me. Love the tomatoes. Let's see. What was this one? Put my coffee down again. It's so nice out here. It's quiet, even though all you're listening to is me talking. Green zebra. It looks like we'll get a couple. They're going to love this hot weather as long as they don't get totally scorched. There's our automatic watering system. I recorded a video for it that I have not had a chance to post yet. Let's see. This was the sun gold. Those tomatoes, or those flowers, are looking kind of like the sweet 100s in terms of placement. What is this last one? Early girls. Looks like I don't have Romas here. Yellow pear tomatoes. All the good ones. I don't know if I'll be pressure canning little tomatoes this year. I may do what I've usually done, and that's roast them in the oven with some olive oil and then put them in mason jars and freeze them. And I don't use the mason jars that I freeze as canning jars because I've found that the glass is not as durable, and I've lost a few jars of peaches when canning them. So peppers have gone to town. If you had seen these 3 days ago, they were more like that one we just put in yesterday. These are growing like crazy. And then more early girls. Sun golds. There are no Romas. I wonder if we had one tomato variety that did not really germinate. I wonder if that's it. Here's some chicken damage. Maybe this is a Roma. Hopefully. Rogue pepper plant. I need to pull these cabbage or broccolini. Broccolini has been interesting. I'm not sure we'll grow it again. Maybe, maybe not. Here are the some of the blueberry bushes that we're going to put along the far side of the fence. But these are going to come out probably today and again be replaced by a tomato that has grown quite happily in the greenhouse. Ooh, look at that. There's a tomato. Yay. Happy. Oh, yellow zucchini squash. It looks like we put zucchini squash in here. There's some basil. Our basil this year was kind of mixed. I'm wondering if it's getting too much direct water from our little sprinkler. We found with the cabbage that it actually wasn't getting this far side. In fact, it's not again. We pulled it out of the ground, or not ground, but the bed back in here so that it would water these. I should do that. I don't know why it's not. Weeds. There. Whew. Now I'm gonna get wet. There it goes. Extra water in my coffee. So we still have not taken this out. We looked, it's just a big mound of, oh, always shut the gate. Otherwise when the automatic door opens, we won't have anything I just showed you left. I don't know what this is. If anybody knows what those are, feel free to comment. I really am not sure. These blueberry bushes were here. There's actually 3 of them. We dug 2 of them up, and then one of them was still sitting in its pot. So some version of that will go over on the far side. Sun is starting to come up. It is going to be a hot one. Alright, well, that's it for today. I'll record on one of those hot days and show you how things are holding up, changes we will have made to either where we're watering things down. We've taken all of the animals that we had in the sunroom that were chicks, or we had a rabbit where we're still building its cage. Friar Tuck moved her in because that room just gets too hot for them to be in even on those 90-degree days, and we put up some curtains and have duct taped in between them to keep the heat out of the house. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give you an update. Oh wow. That tree right there. I love that tree. Gives us shade about 2:30 or 3. Kind of caps the high temperature. So we'll see how the tree does. Anyway, we'll update you tomorrow.